You got me running, got me running. Shake it, shake it, shake it, feel that. Raise your hands up. Raise them up.
All right. Welcome to the Forex Trading Asia Daily Currency Call. This is episode 351. It's the 10th of August here in Singapore, 11 a.m. GMT plus 8. Okay, so if it's your first time here, big welcome. We do this currency call every Monday to Friday. And the currency we analyze is as follows. Monday, Aussie and Kiwi. Tuesday, Euro. Wednesday, Pound. Thursday, Yen and Gold. Friday, Canadian Dollar and cryptocurrencies. All right, so in this currency call, you will get market economic updates, key support resistance levels, trade ideas, and more. This currency call is going to be very beneficial to both the long-term investors and short-term traders. Here, we'll be going through what could move prices, possible trade ideas, and also highlighting potential targets and risk. So a disclaimer here, any information shared during this session is not intended to be a trade recommendation. It is solely the opinion and views of the speakers. So please remember to do your own analysis prior to entering any trades. All right, so last Friday, the 6th of August was the release of the NFP data. So I'm going to get Kim Hong here, currency analyst at LCMS Traders, to share his analysis about that. Kim Hong.
All right, thank you, Junwei. Okay, yes, NFP. If you guys actually traded, I hope you guys made quite a bit of money because there was quite a lot of movements, I would say. Okay, so what actually happened during the NFP? Okay, I think I'll just show you guys the data. Sorry, give me a moment. Okay, so this is the NFP data that was released last Friday. All right, so we actually see a very strong, I would say, a very strong report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Okay, so as we can see, the first most important figure here is the 943,000 jobs being added for the month of July. Okay, so this was actually, I think, one of the strongest, probably like for this year so far. Okay, so with this strong number of jobs being added, okay, for the past 2 months, there has actually been a revision as well, an upwards revision. Okay, so I think for June, yes, as you can see over here, all right, there is I mean, the words may be a bit small. It says like revised from 850,000. So yeah, there's actually like some 88,000 jobs being added more than what was being reported in last month, okay, for the month of June. Now for May, okay, for the month of May, it's not being reflected over here, but there was also an upwards revision, okay, from the previous data of, I think, 583,000 jobs to an upwards revision of 614,000 jobs. Now, you see, with this strong numbers coming in from, for the month of July and, further upwards revision for the month of May and June, we are definitely seeing that the US jobs market coming back strongly, all right? And well, to make things better, okay, the unemployment rate actually fell from 5.9%. Where is it? Over here. From the previous 5.9% to 5.4%. That is actually a half percentage point of decline, which is actually quite strong, considering the fact that, for the past few months, okay, the decline has been, I would say, has been modest, okay, 0.1, 0.2, even 0.3, but, none has come close to 0.5, okay? And we can also see that the average hourly earnings for the month of June, okay, continue to rise at 0.4%. Now, this rise in average hourly earnings is, okay, the reason that the Bureau of Labor Statistics actually gave was that it's likely due to upwards pressure, okay, on wages, on the pay, okay, due to rising demand for labor. Okay, as you guys know that, with the whole yes, there was a recent spike. There was a major spike in the Delta variant in the US as well. Okay, in fact, it's across the globe. Okay, but you know, because they have been very I would say, experienced in handling all these spikes for the past, I don't know how many waves. Okay, that actually give them the confidence to actually open up their economy. Okay, so with the opening up of the economy, the demand for employment, the demand for jobs, okay, sorry, the supply of jobs, okay, the demand for workers has increased. Okay, however, there is a slight issue with actually filling up the job roles, okay, that has been I would say out in the market. Okay, so that is why employers, okay, companies, firms, they are actually in a way trying to attract more people back into the workforce, okay, by giving them an increase in wages, okay, raise in pay, increase in wages, and things like that. All right, so which actually led to continued strong increase in the average hourly earnings. Okay, now with this strong report, okay, and the next question, the next natural question that everyone will ask is, how will the Fed be reacting to it? Okay, just yesterday, a couple of committee members, Raphael Bostic and Tom Barkin, they actually came out to, they actually have a scheduled speech, okay, that they actually highlighted that they are actually looking forward to a QE tapering soon. Okay, in fact, Bostic was actually, he actually mentioned that he's actually expecting a QE tapering later in Q4 of this year, which is actually very soon, to be honest. Okay, so with this whole strong jobs report, not just 1 month, but several months of strong report and strong inflation coming in. Okay, when will the Fed be tapering, right? Unfortunately, okay, this month the Fed, they are on a break. They will be meeting they are not scheduled for a monetary policy meeting. However, okay, like I mentioned, I think several calls back, there will be this whole thing, this major conference called the Jackson Hole Symposium, okay, that will be taking place from 26th to 28th of August. Now, that will be what we all should be focused on, okay, because, based on previous years of Jackson Hole Symposium that took place, okay, Fed actually, the US Federal Reserve actually did drop some hints or, do some major announcements, I would say unofficially, okay, during the symposium. And then in the following monetary policy meeting in September, they will officialize the whole, the whole process, the whole announcement. So as usual, this year, this time around, we will have to pay attention to the symposium to see if they're actually going to drop hints, or rather, by now I wouldn't say they would drop hints. I would say it's more like give a concrete plan on when and by how much, okay, QE tapering will start. Okay, so the next meeting will be in September, but yeah, we will just be paying attention to the symposium that will be held at the end of the month. Okay, so any other things, I will keep you guys updated. But for now, okay, I would say looking at the economic calendar, there's actually a US CPI data to be released tomorrow at 20:30 GMT +8. Okay, now that will be a very, very, very important piece of economic data to be paid attention to. All right, remember the Fed, they actually have a dual mandate to, the main responsibility is to meet this dual mandate thing, which is maximum employment and price stability. Okay, so maximum employment, we are seeing a very strong jobs report coming out from the BLS, Bureau of Labor Statistics, for the past few months. And the next thing that we'll look to naturally is CPI. Okay, now with this data coming up, okay, I think they're actually expecting a 0.5% as opposed to the previous month of 0.9% rise in inflation. Okay, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, if the data release is strong, I mean, like last month, inflation was like, I don't know how, I couldn't remember how many years high kind of data. Okay, so if this time around they were going to, be very strong, like coming close to like the previous 0.9% that was released last month, then, naturally it will be the market is definitely more inclined to speculating that the Fed will be, mentioning or maybe even, do some unofficial announcements on QE tapering, likely this year. Okay, so just pay attention to the CPI data tomorrow. I think there are like 1 or 2 more Fed members who will be speaking as well. Okay. Bostic will be speaking tomorrow after the CPI data, okay, at 20:30 GMT +8. So, I think he's likely to give his opinion on the CPI data release tomorrow. Okay. Now, a lot of things going on this week, I would say, and at the moment, okay, if you are trading, personally, I'm looking at a short-term strengthening of the US dollar. Okay. Now, the strengthening of the US dollar as a result of the strong NFP data that was released last week was somehow, it lasted throughout the week. Okay. And yesterday on Monday, you guys may see a little bit of retracement in the US dollar against the other major currencies. Okay. However, at night, when the couple of Federal Reserve committee members actually gave their hawkish view on QE tapering, okay, that actually sort of bring the US dollar back up again. Okay, so as of right now, I'm still looking at a short-term strengthening of the US dollar, at least until the CPI data released tomorrow. Okay, now if there's any major hints or things like that dropped by any members of the Fed and any breaking news and things like that, I will keep you guys updated. All right. So, okay, actually, you know what? One more thing I would like to show you guys before I forget is so I was talking about the jobs data and things like that, right? So, this month round, last week, they actually released the data for July. Okay. 943,000 jobs were being added into the economy. Okay. There was a couple of revision to June and May. Now, as of July, okay, the number of jobs that the US economy is short of from the pre-pandemic level has actually declined to around 5.8 million jobs. Okay, you can see that we are actually getting closer and closer and closer towards, I would say, the pre-pandemic level. Okay, like a break-even level kind of thing. All right. So this is actually a very, very good, a very, very good progress, I would say. So you guys just take note of this. We are just, they are just 5.8 million jobs away. So if the upcoming months, like for August to like December, if we are going to see further strengthening of the jobs economy for the jobs market, okay, to be honest, they don't need, they don't need the whole figure to be pre-pandemic level before they start tapering, because by then it may actually be a bit late, So, if we see a couple more months of strong jobs report coming for August and September, then, likely we are going to see a tapering this year, okay? But nonetheless, we don't know what's going to happen. So we'll just wait and I'll keep you guys updated, all right? So that's all I have for you guys today. With that, I'll hand it back to Junwei.
All right. Thanks so much, Kim Hong, on the breakdown of the NFP data. Yeah, so we are going to jump straight to the charts right now with the dollar index, and we have Scott Andrews here from Forex Briefcase Australia. Scott.
All right. Hi, everyone. And I didn't know what to do with myself yesterday. There was no currency call, and I was, it's been now also US dollar wise as well. Kim Hong went into nice detail about what FOMC member Bostic mentioned as well. There again, he reiterated last night, it was 10 o'clock GMT +8. There was more talk about just, there's a little bit more urgency there to just begin to reduce the quantitative easing a little bit, because there are a lot of indicators now, especially with NFP hitting, it was getting close to 1 million nearly, and it sounds like the next NFP release that comes out next month is going to be quite important. Look, honestly, this was a little unexpected though, with the US dollar here on the 4-hour time frame, and we did have a nice push. I thought we were just going to hold around 92.70. Now, if you're asking yourself, why is it important to sort of monitor the US dollar index, it gives you a bit of an idea on plays with other currencies, such as the Aussie dollar and also the Kiwi sell trade ideas were both really nice and trades that I did take yesterday as well. So we saw the bond yields pick up as well. And I just want to quickly, there was a little bit of news out yesterday as well that I felt was, just worth sharing. So we've got the economic calendar with Forex Trading Asia up here. So in regards to 10 o'clock last night, the JLTS job openings, that was over 10 million, really beat expectations. And what this is saying is that there's more capacity there and that we could see even more job creation, NFP, potentially high again. So it's just this continuation of this narrative that we're going to see very likely in that Jackson Hole Symposium on the 26th to the 28th. We're going to, hear some, strong comments in regarding to that. Now, one more thing I just want to show as well that I felt interesting was what this is here is this is the US dollar index, the DXY report from the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. And what it shows is that we've got this chart up here. In green is the long positions, and in red, in the color red there is the short positions. And as you can see in black is the US dollar index just as a line graph. And we can see that the accumulation of buyers, the long positions, are actually starting to accumulate. The shorts are shrinking a little bit as well. So, and what this indicates, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, the CFTC, is more of an institutional gauge. So we could see some more, some more upside here in the US dollar. Although I'll just pause it now. The real factor will be that 93 level and 93.18. So if we see a big beat in inflation, that's where we could see the US dollar, happily over 93. And then if it comes back down, we're still seeing it high at 92.70. So I'd say, guys, it's hard to go and long the euro, long the pound. You just got to be a little bit cautious with inflation coming up tomorrow night. But those are my thoughts, guys, on the US dollar.
All right, thank you for that, Scott. And let's jump to the currency in focus. So as we missed out yesterday, as Scott was saying, I will do the Aussie Kiwi and today Euro at the same time for today's session. So I'm gonna get Daniel here, trading coach at LCMS Traders, to share the analysis on the three currencies, Aussie, Kiwi, and Euro. Daniel.
Hey, thanks, Jinwei. Yeah, so today is a Tuesday, but we'll still talk about the Aussie, New Zealand, and the Euro. Okay, so as we can see, let's look at the charts right now. I mean, we don't know what's happening in the US. Scott and Kim Hong has done a perfect job here. So, this week we are looking at here. Let's look at the news. Yes, yesterday we know the job openings was really a good number coming in. Lots of bullish, hawkish kind of sentiments coming in. Right now, if we look at New Zealand and Aussie and Euro news coming in, today, at 9:30 today, there was some building approval, but not much improvements coming in here. Don't expect too much impact as well. But what we're interested in to look at is this German economic sentiment. We just want to see how Euro is performing, especially in Germany, because Germany is the biggest economy contributor to the whole Eurozone. So it's looking at 56.7. with a previous of 63.3 coming in. So not too perfect here coming in, but nevertheless, it's still an improvement coming in. Okay, and then you have some non-farm productivity coming in here. But as I mentioned already, tomorrow, Wednesday, that is the kicker here. That is the core CPI data that everybody is looking out for. And, people are why we're looking out for, because last week with the NFP good numbers, with all the hawkish statements coming out from the Fed's members there, everybody will be looking at this data. Now you can see month-on-month core CPI data forecast last month 0.9 with a forecast of 0.4%. Now, yes, it is not as good as last month, but nevertheless, there's an increase, a good inflation coming in. Now, everybody should watch out for this. Why do I say that? for CPI data at 0.5% forecast. If you won't be surprised with all the hawkish sentiments coming in, the data could come in looking at an increase in the expectations above the forecast of this inflation. Now, if that happens, you're going to know that everybody will be strengthening, not because CPI data goes up, but because they do know that as the inflation goes higher than forecast, there is a good chance of continuation for the Feds to move early for tapering, right? That's the market expectation. Not that the Fed will be doing it, but the expectation we're doing, and that's where I probably will see US dollar for this week to continue to strengthen, especially after Wednesday if the inflation numbers grew better than expected. So we need to watch out for that. Okay, then on Thursdays coming in, Aussie and New Zealand as inflation expectations coming in. I'll be looking at this here. We do know New Zealand has been doing pretty well as well. So we'll look at the inflation numbers here. Okay, so previous 2.1%, won't be surprised if it matched at 2%. So not too fantastic there. Then you can see GDP, UK GDP coming in. We'll talk more on Wednesday, talk about Wednesdays, and then you have the PPI data, not too much big impact, although it's still an inflation number, but usually I don't really look too much on that. But if you look at the initial jobless weeks, it is a weekly data, but however, at 375K, with all the news coming of job openings and the job change or NFP numbers, I won't be surprised if this numbers is below at 375K. We'll watch out for that. And then on Friday, this is one thing I'm looking out for, and that is the Aussie employment change. So now this is going to see what's happening. We do know, the last time that RBA governor did talk about looking at even continue to tapering. They expect improvements in the economy still. So I would be surprised if this employment change will meet or beat this number. A bit more very bullish kind of sentiments right now. But if it's going to be, but the thing is with the hit of the COVID-19 around the numbers, if this is going to be worse than expected, or the forecast, then you do know that Aussie could go weaken pretty fast. Okay, so then of course, last of all, you got Michelin consumer sentiments coming in. It is holding at 81.2 here, so still really quite bullish. They're looking very well now with the Feds very looking bullish moving forward, and the employment is growing. I won't be surprised if the consumer sentiments this will beat the 81.2 closing for the Friday at a strong US dollar as what we seen last week. Okay, so now let's go straight to the charts. Okay, so with the straight to the charts, based on what we can hear right now, Aussie USD coming in with the CPI data coming in. I'm going to be looking at a pretty bullish coming in here. If I were to look at this number, I think right now it's going to move across, or I would say more or less it's going to have inflation, with the CPI inflation coming in, data coming in. I don't know, won't be surprised it move across or move slightly above, higher up maybe to about 73.4 before a positive CPI data coming in, could move all the way to, let's say, here. Let me think, where's the thing? Okay. There you go. Okay, so coming down, I'll be looking at pretty nice at 0.7315, sell below that level here, and maybe go for a 30 pip stop loss above the 0.7340, and then go for a possible maybe 70 pips of take profit target at 0.7240 kind of level. But I would like to say that, if anybody looking at this trade, first target would be that 30 pips coming in with the previous lows here to make a decision. But I think long-term wise, towards this week, there's a possibility again, 30 to selling at 0.7315. You could go for a 30 pips stop loss for almost 70 pips of take profit target for the Aussie USD. You know, of course, on Friday, when we do know about there is going to be the employment change, but that's all the way to Friday. But I think CPI data on Wednesday is going to impact the news coming in strongly. Now, New Zealand USD is going to be the same as Aussie. I think right now going to happen is, it's slowly going to move slowly back up. I don't think it will go all the way up to this level at 0.7017 here. It will probably shift up slightly before also again a continuation of moving down here, okay, all the way to this support level here. So I would say, looking at this data here, maybe perhaps sell at 0.6970. You can again really very nice going for a 35 pip stop loss and going for almost 1:1 at 40 pips of take profit target. So if you see, if looking at a comparison between New Zealand USD and Aussie USD, I have a more preference to take the Aussie USD trade. Okay, now today is Tuesday. We'll talk about the euro as well. So you can see here, overall, I talk about it. This US dollar as the economy seems to be doing pretty well. It's so much better than the ECB, the European zone, right? Against comparative the Fed decisions and what the hockey statements there, we compared to the European central banks coming in. They seems to be doing very, very well, and that's where you can see I looking at it as continuation of a US dollar strengthening against the euro. Looking at it, I was looking at it here, it probably move across a little bit towards 1.17. Let me zoom it in better here. Okay, so looking at it as probably at 1.175 level before it continually to go down, and how far can we go towards the next support level here. So looking at this zone here, euro USD, I'll say go below 1.1730. you could go for a 40 pips take profit stop loss here, and going for almost 80 pips of take profit target coming down. With all this coming in this week, this is what I'm going to expect to come in. Now, so that's so much for the Aussie USD, New Zealand USD, and the euro. Pass it back to Junwei.
All right, thank you for that, Daniel. Okay, so just a reminder here, a disclaimer, any information shared during this session is not intended to be a trade recommendation. It is solely the opinion and views of the speaker. So please remember to do your own analysis prior to entering any trades. Okay, I'm going to get Daniel back in here just to share a little bit more about the Traders Club, the LCMS Traders Club, and see how it may benefit you when it comes to learning how to trade. Daniel.
Hey, thanks, Junwei. Yes, exactly. So, you can look at how I analyze the trade. This is what we learn in LCMS Traders Club coming in. So, what is this? Let me introduce you to the Traders Club here. In LCMS Trade Club, we started in 2014, and we help lots of traders come in exactly like you, going from completely confused, unprofitable to actually understanding what's happening in the market, how to prepare for it, recover losses, and finally be profitable. So let me introduce you to the LCMS Traders Club, and this is our dedicated club platform. Now, this is really a must you must have for anybody serious about being profitable in trading. Here, look at here we host a community of traders where we share strategies, ideas, analysis, monitoring the market together. It's really almost being a professional part of being a professional trading firm. You can be part of the community here. So you see lots of analysis coming in, discussions from the club members here. Looking at even if we see a possible trade idea or something's happening, we put it up here, and many, many more coming in. Then look at it in every day. We also, in the morning, how to prepare for a day for trading. We actually provide here in the Market Watch list all the analysis that we have. And in fact, every morning we have two informations. One is the currency watch list. Look at here, this one here, let me zoom it in for you. This time is a snapshot of what we see in the morning of the chart. Give you a suggested idea of whether for these currency pairs, a buy or sell trade idea here, these currencies are like here, New Zealand USD, looking at the entry level, what part of entry level at maybe 0.6980 and a potential profits or where to exit as well. Lots of things. If you have no time to prepare, we already look at the market and give you suggestions here. And then not only that, we have the daily currency analysis, where we actually give you a summary of what happened yesterday or last week and what to look out for was suggested trendy trade ideas here. And not only that, not only a community here, we also encourage for anybody who's interested, how do we analyze the market? We have in the education videos on how a 4-day Kickstarter here, on how we look at the fundamentals and technical analysis and how to prepare and trade as well. And of course, many more like Fibonacci, trend, divergence, and many more for anybody who's interested in the education videos, and you can learn to trade much better. Now look at this here. This whole platform here is all my favorite because there's so many functions we have here. Of course, we have the calendar. Not only look at Forex Trading Asia, sometimes we quickly look at it. I look at the economic news calendar here where I can plan your trades on the spot, know what surprises could be coming up. And one of my favorite, that's what I like to share with you, is the data flash. Now this data flash gets the news released earlier than anyone else. I will look at it, when the news comes out, this blinks up in much faster than all those free sites for the news calendars that you could see. So you can trade and be very well informed. Okay, so looking at this now, not only the whole thing here, we have a good interaction with the club members here. On Monday, we have the live coaching sessions on Monday, where we look at what's happening, how to prepare, more details, asking questions, and look for many trade ideas coming in. And then on Wednesday, which is tomorrow, is the live trading sessions. A live trading session, we trade together with our club members here, where we can guide through what the market conditions and the spot 1-for-1, the 1-2 hours there, and to trade together and literally make profits together. Now, looking at all this fantastic here, we have our list club membership is access. You want to look at this here, access is worth thousands. Now, this is a chance to join us at only $49 a month. All you need to go is go to the website, tradersclub.lcms.com.sg. You can see here, scroll it down, all the way down, and you can see a little button here, $49 a month to join us. Now, this is without a doubt the very least you can do to make sure you achieve your best in your trading. So this price can change anytime. So make sure you get aboard now, fill it up, click submit, and I'll see you in the club.
All right, thank you for that, Daniel. And yeah, I pasted the link in the chat. Just click on it and check out more. Okay, so we have come to the end of the session today. We will see you guys tomorrow for the pound currency analysis. Thank you so much and goodbye.